Wonderful. Hello there, everyone. Happy day. Happy day. And welcome into Leveraging Leads. This is a place of support and enhancement to get leads, which are collaborators, referral partners, clients, customers, and even friends. Check out the pinned or ticking link so that you can create your powerful introduction and also get the database of leads that have come through here, as well as a tip for more to be more visible. Okay, we are so excited for you to be here today. Today is a live coaching day. All right, this is a jam-packed agenda that we'll have where we're going to first do gratitude. So go ahead and put in the comments what you're grateful for. We'll get to that in just a minute. That's the first thing that we do in this space is gratitude. Then I share the ingredients of a powerful introduction. I give you an example of a powerful introduction. And I have a wonderful guest that worked with me with live coaching the other day. He's going to share his powerful introduction as well. And then we're going to allow people who are here to have live coaching. If not, I'm going to be chatting with my guests until we get someone who wants to also do live coaching to be able to create your powerful introduction. I'll also be sharing reasons that you will want to create and have a powerful introduction. On Monday or no Sunday, we talked about how it's important to have a gratitude practice. And we're going to talk further about reasons to have a powerful introduction. All right, let's get right into it. Yes. Let's talk about what we are grateful for. I do have my guest here, Clout, who is right here with me, and I am ready to hear. What are you grateful for, Clout?
I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for a blessed day.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And we celebrate gratitude around here. So that I want you to always remember when you're grateful, you are celebrating. Hello there, the Chinaman. Hello there. Welcome in. Please let us know what you're grateful for. Thank you for following me and liking the live. Go ahead and let us know what you're grateful for so that we can celebrate your gratitude. Thank you, Cloud, for sharing yours. For me, I am grateful for feeling good in my body. Feeling good in my body. I am grateful for the post that I just put up, reintroducing myself. And I am grateful that the people who are meant to interact with me and who continue to seek me out to work with me or interact with me, that they are getting what they need from our time together. So I would say clients and those who decide to be a part of the Thrivers. Yes. All right. So those are the three things I'm grateful for. Let's celebrate that. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Now, let's go into the ingredients of a powerful introduction. We go over this every day. Now, you may be thinking, why do you should go over it every day? I go over it every day because it takes a while for people to hear it before then they activate. It takes a while for people to hear it, for them to be able to say, maybe I should do this. It takes a while for people to really digest it and try to work on it. So that's why I share it every day. You remember when you were in school, you had to study, and the way you study is you keep going over it a lot in your mind, And then you create a pathway to that knowledge that you can easily embrace and get to at any point. So, whenever you're learning something or knowing something, it's good to rethink it through, read it, and accept the knowledge that is there. Okay, so the first ingredient of a powerful introduction is who are you? Yes, who are you? That is the first ingredient because that is what makes this introduction powerful. Who are you? That's the pure essence of you. That is exactly what, if you were not doing anything for anyone, if you were not doing anything at all and simply being, who would you be? Who is that? When you were growing up on the playground and just simply going to play, who were you? Who is that? Okay. That's before you had responsibilities, before you had roles to play, before any of the things that we have encountered in our lives to allow us to be resilient. No, before all of that, who are you? Okay. And so that is the question. That's the first important part of the powerful introduction. Now, remember, you can go to the ticking link or the link that is pinned here and put your powerful introduction in there. And it actually walks you through writing out your powerful introduction. Okay. All right. The next ingredient is what do you do? Yes, that's the next thing that shares, that really shares the things that you're doing specifically. That's when you can share that role or responsibility that you have. Okay. A way that you're serving, um, like the title of that. Okay. Then the next ingredient is, and I like to put these all together. So, who, why, and what. Who do you serve? Why do you serve them? And what do you serve? So, who do you serve is your target market. Why do you serve them is the problems that they have or the pain points that they have. And lastly, what do you serve, which is whatever you are offering to them as a as a service or as a product. So, who, why, and what? Who do you serve? The target market. Why do you serve them? Their problems that they have or pain points. And then what do you serve, which is the solution to their pain points. All right. The next ingredient is what makes you uniquely purposed to serve them.
Sorry, if they're the solution in their business,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cloud. What was that?
that's the solution for in when they put their wait when about their business.
It could be, this is a powerful introduction is for you to introduce yourself. So it could be for a business or it could be for whatever your goal is in life. And you're doing a declaration of what your goal is in life by having a powerful introduction that you can say to yourself, you can reiterate it, and you can let other people know so that it'll be easier for you to get those people that you're working with. Hello, Jackie. Welcome in. Happy day to you. Yes, hello there. Welcome in. I see you. Um, the Chinaman, are you still here? Hello there. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Please let us know what you're grateful for in the comments. What are you grateful for? We'd love to hear that. That is your magic ticket to be able to interact in this space because we need to make sure that that you are specifically on the same page and frequency and energy of this space. Okay, going back to the ingredients of a powerful introduction, what makes you uniquely purposed to serve them is the next thing that you would say. So that would be your story of transformation. So I went from this type of person to this person. And so you are going to share that story of transformation that occurred. So I was like this, and now I'm like this. And now that I'm like this, I have the solution. So this is why you can interact with me. Okay. So this is another way to validate you as someone that they want to work with. That helps them to know, like, and trust you. Okay. And also, this is your market dominating position. Next is, who do you want to meet? This is being intentional about saying, okay, I want these particular people that I want to meet. And so then it makes it really easy for whoever you're sharing your powerful introduction with. They can know clearly that that is who you're wanting to meet. They can either identify as that person and say, yes, that's me, or they can say, oh, I know someone who you need to meet. Okay, so that's who do you want to meet. And then lastly, the last ingredient is, how do they connect with you? So that is when you give them the call to action. Do you want to give them your email? Do you want to give them your website? What do they, or your phone number? Give them a way for you all to continue to communicate after sharing your powerful introduction. All right. So now that we have those ingredients done, I'm going to share my powerful introduction. And let me just let you know, daily reiteration and declaration of who you are is vital to build confidence and call forth your desires. So I want to also say that you need to deliver when you're speaking to someone about yourself. Be excited about that. You come in a giddy way, the giddy framework. G, lighthearted and excited about what you're doing. I, with intention. D, daily. Look at yourself in the mirror. Even if you don't go out and introduce yourself to someone, then introduce yourself to yourself every day. It keeps you steadfast in the understanding of yourself when you introduce yourself to yourself every day. Look at yourself in the mirror and say hello and introduce yourself to yourself. It keeps you clear, keeps you on the straight and narrow towards your vision. Or that may be if you're feeling some issue or some conflict in sharing that powerful introduction with yourself, then it may be that you are needing to think that through and figure out what best fits or what feels best for you when you are declaring who you are. Okay. And then the last thing is, you bring yourself, your authentic, transparent, vulnerable self to that introduction and let people feel you and understand where you're coming from and how you're wanting to serve them. So let me share my powerful introduction. I am Erica Kessie. I am the son of the Thriveverse, powered by love, wisdom, and celebration. I am good, multi-potentialite, multifaceted mommy. I listen, teach, lift, and bring clarity for activation and execution. As a therapist and the CEO of Your Goal Concierge, we offer a plethora of options for leaders to find their right fit solutions. Yes. And we are interested in working with mom energy leaders, those fixers out there, helpers, those experiencing imposter syndrome or burnout, those who may be serving others while neglecting themselves. I know exactly what that is like, to be soul tired. And now I am a thriving CEO. I am a thriving CEO because I command my thriving, and I invite you to do the same. you can go to www.yourgoalconcierge.com and get your Thrive Plan. It's a tool that I've created when I lost a child to an ectopic pregnancy. Go on over there and get your Thrive Plan and command your thriving today. www.yourgoalconcierge.com. Also, while you're there, take a gander at all the options. And if you are wanting to get together and chat through that, we'll love to have a chat and thrive session with you so that I can lift and launch you to your right fit solution. So that is my powerful introduction. And I know that, Cloud, we were working on yours, and we have yours. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cloud. I appreciate that. So now, Cloud, I am excited to hear your powerful introduction. And guess what? If you don't have it, I still have it because that's how I roll. I keep people's stuff, and whenever, especially if I've worked on it with them, I keep the powerful introductions. So, do you remember what yours is?
Could you remind me?
Yes. So Cloud and I, just to give backstory for everybody. Cloud and I did live coaching last weekend, and um, we walked out his powerful introduction. We chatted through it, and I loved it because we had to really ask some. I had to ask a lot of good questions in order to get the answers to be able to create this powerful introduction. And that's what I do in the live coaching is I spend time with you, talk with you, and talk through it, and then we come up with it together. So Cloud told me that he was personable, told me that he was intentional, that he is healthy, curious, and intelligent. Okay. So as we were talking through attributes and that he has, okay, which is amazing, right? So then away we were able to craft it into his I am statement, which is the first answer to that who are you question. All right. So I am personable and intelligent support that is healthy, curious, and intelligent. Okay. So I want to ask you, Cloud, have you were talking about your partner earlier. So did you share this with your partner?
No, yeah.
Okay. Well, it may be worthwhile to introduce yourself and let her know, and maybe even say, hey, here's my, who am I statement. So, what is your who am I statement? And maybe you can work with her to figure out what hers is. But yours is what we wrote down. But of course, you can change it however you like. This is just an example of me putting it together from all the characteristics that you mentioned. And so I'll repeat it. I am a personable in, and intentional support that is healthy, curious, and intelligent. Okay? All right. So now, you mentioned when we were talking, you asked, was this for business owners? Was creating your powerful introduction for business owners? You asked that, right, Cloud?
Yeah.
Okay, what made you ask that?
Because I was just curious on just how you help with business.
Okay, yes.
Or how you could help business grow.
This is a very great way to help business grow because remember you're in leveraging leads. This is about getting your referral partners, clients, customers and even friends. And so when people are working with others, especially small business owners, it is about know, like, and trusting them. Okay. And so when you lead with your powerful introduction, your I am statement, they can get to know you. They want to get to know you. For example, I had another gentleman that was doing live coaching with me last week, and he said that I'm a creative inspiration, hungry with unlimited energy. So that's his hook, right? That is his beginning part of his powerful introduction. And so people are leaning in at that moment because wow, this is powerful. This is dynamic. I want to know more about this person telling me about who they are instead of what they do. Well, not beginning with what they do. So then he went on to share that he has a lot of endeavors that he's involved in. So um, he can use that power of that first part, that who am I, everywhere he goes. And then he can change up the rest of the answers based on where he is and what he's offering to people. So,
Change based on
so you don't
based on what?
Yeah, you don't change the first part. The beginning part you don't change because that's who you are, right? You don't change that part. So the part that you and I worked on, you don't change that part. But you could be somebody, for example, I'm a coach, I'm a therapist, I am a speaker, I am a leader, I am so many different things because I'm multifaceted. Well, if I'm speaking and pitching myself for a speaking opportunity, I don't have to share, or I don't need to share all of that information, because sometimes it bombards people when you give them a lot of information. You need to give them the information that they really want to hear. So I can say, instead, if I was going to be going for a keynote and I want to tell them about myself, other than giving them my speaker page that I have, which is a website, I would say something like this. I'll begin the part and I'll say, I'm the son of the Thrivers, powered by love, wisdom, and celebration. I am good, multi-potential life, multifaceted mommy. I listen, teach, lift, and bring clarity for activation and execution. So then I'll say, I am a keynote speaker and I speak on the topics of mental health, leadership, and business. I know what it's like to be able to combine all those things due to the work that I've done in the past, interacting with business development centers and working with audiences where I can bring them empowerment and be a motivational to them, for them to activate. I would love to speak with your audience as well. Reach out, go to www.ericakessie.com and /links, and you'll see a button that will allow you to book me as your keynote speaker. So that's my powerful introduction that I will give to someone specifically who I'm working with, and I'm trying to get them to let me speak to their audience. You see what I'm saying? Hello? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Hello, Wise. Welcome in. Happy day. Please let us know what you're grateful for. So, Cloud, do you have a business?
I'm thinking about one. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm glad that you are. Let me tell you about something that I'm doing. So you know how I say I have a plethora of options for leaders? Well, I say that because in this space, I don't know what people are particularly wanting. Now that you've said that you're interested in launching a business, I can say to you that beginning part, which is I'm the son of the Thriveverse, powered by love, wisdom, and celebration. I listen, teach, lift, and bring clarity for activation and execution. I have a business foundation masterclass that I do on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. every single week. I would love for you to join me in setting the firm foundation for your business as you have the idea of launching one. I have been in business for 13 years and have created several templates that walks people through building a sustainable business. Are you a business person, business leader, or someone who's an entrepreneur who wants to check to see about making sure their foundation is firm as they launch or review their business to scale? I would love for you to check out our Business Foundation Masterclass. You can go to www.yourgoalconcierge.com/links, and then you can see right there on that page the information on how to register and also to get your template. You see how
That's awesome.
it always begins with who I am. And then based on who I'm speaking with. So the thing is, my first one, it has that information in there, but I'm telling them to go to my website to see everything that's possible. But when I talk to someone and they say, oh, I want to start a business or I'm ready to scale my business, I'll send them to my Business Foundation Masterclass. If it's somebody who has been in business for a while, I'll send them to get a business assessment because I'll let them know that I am a therapeutic COO, someone who has a degree and a license as a therapist that can help knock out those mental blocks and then also set a system and an operating process for them in order to be able to scale their business. But we first maybe need to assess it, or we may need to do an intensive. So I do 4-hour intensives as well. So this is something that a lot of people would do if they are specifically just wanting to have quarterly a quarterly conversation with a COO, then they can do an intensive quarterly with me, and then they'll be ready and set for the rest of the quarter, and they'll come back and work with me for the next quarter, looking at what they were able to accomplish and tweaking whatever needs to be tweaked in order for them to be successful the next quarter. So that's something else I offer. I am also a therapist. So if people say, oh, I need someone to provide therapy, then I will go on a spiel talking about the type of therapy that I offer and how I can benefit them in that way. So you see how your powerful introduction can be very flexible, but the very important first thing that you say is you bring yourself. Yourself is who am I? And then you can give them an overarching idea about what you do. That's why I say that I listen, teach, lift, and bring clarity for activation and execution. And then I offer them something that I do based on one of my credentials, like one of the things that I have. For example, if somebody is a reader or they want knowledge, then I'll let them know that I have 2 books that are, well, actually more than that. I have three at this time. Two of my own, uh, 2 anthologies, and I also have a chapter in a textbook. So I would tell them about all these things and then point them in the direction of getting those things. So that's how that works, Cloud. But for oh, it's 8 o'clock. So you all, we're only here for 30 minutes. And this has been amazing. I hope that you all create a thriving rest of your day. Bye.